But as for me, you're the one in my heart. Time will come to the end. I will always be right by your side. It's about two guys. If you haven't checked out the part one, please check it out before you come to this one. Because I really want you guys to tell me your opinions. You know, guys, in the comment section, bring it on. We are ready for it. So we're deciding we're gonna shoot the part two with my page. Guys, this page is bringing out news. This page is bringing out news, and it's very important to follow the news. So now we're gonna move to things to look out for before you move in with a guy. Actually, before you date a guy. The red, what do you call it?
The red signs.
Red signs,
Is
man.
it the red signs?
Red something, but it's red. Meaning what it's not good. Red warning signs.
Warning signs. Yeah, probably warning signs.
Red what? Red dot, red lines. Red something, guys. So we wanted to get a refill, but amanzi awapheli. I feel like if people were sipping on juice, gubapheli le manje, but because we are drinking water, awapheli. But anyways, anyway. So what to look out for, Cindy?
What to look out for from like someone who's social. Would actually be a nice person to live with. So if you live in, I'm not saying someone who's quiet and reserved and
someone you can't
live with, but someone who has things that are going on in their life and just never talk about, like.
But that's dangerous.
That is like he's bottling things up. He's angry at everything. Imagine if you're living with someone and then something bad happens to him or her.
Yeah, it can be a her. Guys will say him a lot because we are girls, but you can convert the him and her to the hems.
Yes.
The sheets to the sheets, to the hims. Do the things.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you'd be scared of what would happen to you.
But now
put you up or something.
Yeah, imagine now staying with someone, and then suddenly they get in the house, they're banging doors. You're like, yini, absolute.
Like imagine
he's
banging, he's throwing things around and it's nothing.
You know the thing about me is that I had the mentality out at home they never chased me out. One, my parents didn't disown me. Two, my parents love me enough. My parents make sure that I know how they love me, right? And then four is that my parents ensure that I'm okay. So I won't settle for. Like I won't settle to leave a home that's filled with love to go stay in a home that is
abusive or bad,
that's like literally
dark.
I will not do that to myself because Ekaya they didn't chase me out, and Ekaya I still have my room. Imagine now I have to settle to stay with this guy because that's another thing that I was mentioning the other day. I'm like, a lot of people stay with their partners because of abantwana.
Because kids. You're thinking.
Because now,
where will I go?
Yeah, I'm pregnant. After I fall pregnant, my mom disowns me or my parents chase me out. And he takes me in. And you know the thing, guys, my phone almost fell. So clearly I must not talk about this. But okay, let's fix it. Sorry. Cool. So, someone OT, like, I feel like guys know when you're dependent on them.
They do actually.
Because bias, but even if I do this,
you
have nowhere to go.
You have and whenever you are dependent on this guy, he actually takes advantage of that.
True. So I always feel, most guys, when you're staying with someone and they start abusing you, the root of the problem is either their anger issues that have always been there, but because because you're not with them 24/7, they are able to hide it. One.
True.
And sometimes a person can be fine on the outside, and the minute you guys get to bore each other to a point that now little things upset him or her that even if you leave a pen there, they're like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, so
you
they
understand?
True.
Thing. And then after that, it leads to abuse. And if you're a girl who's dependent, it's like, I'm here because it's not that I don't have a choice. You can pick up and go. But the minute you have a child or the minute you really need them, they know that and they start abusing the rights.
And it gets to a point where when they start abusing you, you start distancing yourself from the people that could actually help you get out of
Yeah.
it.
And they're also toxic, because I know if you're staying, for example, let's say you're in a relationship and you guys are not staying at the same time, the same place, you can still see your friends. And you can't say you can't see that person. But imagine if he knows when you went to see your friend, you were with Cindy. And you know, toxic people will ensure that you cancel your circle because you'll tell the friend and the friend will be like, no, that's abuse.
That's wrong, and then they start making you not be friends with that person because they know that that person is a threat, if we could call it that.
That person will open your eyes.
True.
You know, guys, this is another video. This is another video that I'm gonna shoot. Toxic relationships. So toxic those ships.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about those. Then I'm gonna have like a little corner for me and Cindy because we really have such talks and it really does touch me a lot. We really do get into these conversations, especially because we are girls in a world where Cindy is like she's observant, I'm observant. So we live in a world where we see all these things. But it's really not easy to talk about them because where do you know these things from? Like,
because most of the things we talk about aren't things that are happening to us.
But it's things that we actually see, right? So also we're gonna talk about laziness. Yo, guys.
Living with someone who just drops everything everywhere.
Guys, now I'm guilty. I'm sorry, I have to admit. So if you have my future husband watching this video, I'm sorry. I'm the neatest, dirtiest person you can ever find.
And how?
What do I mean? I am neat, so I can tell you who be neat. But you need to come and see it then, because 1 hour later, it's dirty again. So if I clean at home, you need to come and see it after I clean, because guaranteed an hour later, it's gonna be a mess. And another thing about me is that I don't have that thing already. When something is sitting there, it irritates me.
Like pick it up or something.
Yeah, but my books. When it comes to my books, I'm the neatest person. I want page 1 to be like this. I won't just scribble through my books. So literally, if you check my books and you check other things, different. And I feel like what honestly helped is the fact that I was raised by my mom, the type of mom I have, who says, no, clean up after yourself, wash dishes. If not, I would have never done all those things.
True, same here.
But it's not a thing that comes natural to me. I do it. I don't mind. I hate washing dishes.
Who doesn't?
I literally hate washing dishes, but I don't mind tidying up. I really don't mind tidying up. But I hate washing dishes. So sometimes I literally
You even tidy up those dirty dishes in the sink.
Dude, I've even mastered the skill of actually putting that plate like this, that cup like that, so that nothing breaks. But I am really not the cleanest person you can ever find. And sometimes it really scares me that imagine now I get married to a neat freak.
And now you start making a mess everywhere. That's gonna cause conflict.
It is gonna cause conflict. I remember I used to get so angry at my parents when they want me to do dishes. Because I hate the dishes. I'd be like, nah, when I grow up, I'm gonna be so wealthy that I'm gonna have a domestic worker. So I don't have. Because my mom would say to me, you need to know how to clean because you're gonna get married.
And you need to do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't have to do it. I'll get married. And then I'll get a maid who's gonna do all those things for me. True. And I never knew the importance of knowing how to clean until I got here. And now staying with people and there was like a mess. At times I'd make a mess and I'd be like, actually, this is not life.
It's not.
Right. I realized it's very important for me to clean, to learn how to clean. And I feel like staying with your partner, you get to adapt to certain things.
Yeah, sure.
Also, me staying with people made me realize that I hate the banging of doors. I can't stand someone who bangs a door. And I never realized what I couldn't until I was staying with people. Because at home, they properly. So now I get here and I meet people who bang doors and I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot do this. Now imagine I'm in a relationship, now I'm married, and now my partner is banging doors, and to him it's so normal. My partner is dragging his feet.
That is the most annoying sound, dragging feet. I do it as well. But when someone else does it,
it's irritating.
It's irritating.
I can't stand someone who drags, be it giddy pash pash. I can't. But that's a story for another day. Let's move because we are talking about Vatnsit. I feel like you even forgot the topic, but it's all part of Vatnsit.
It is.
It comes with Vatnsit.
Yeah, it does.
Also, the next thing we want to talk about is what do you do when things become uncomfortable?
When you start feeling like the atmosphere is becoming cold.
Because firstly, it's really so hard to get accommodation midway through the year.
It is.
Why?
Because it's full.
Yeah, so now you're already staying with somebody, and then now the environment is not conducive for you to stay there as well.
Until the end of the year.
Until the end of the year, what do you do?
What do you do? Do you go back home?
Do you go back home? Is home even close? Because most of my friends who are Vatnsit, their parents are staying far, and they are schooling here. Province. So do you stay? Do you
continue stay? Like, I feel like if you really don't have any choice and it's not abusive, like it's not an atmosphere where like you feel like it's if it's abusive emotionally and physically, if it's not abusive, then you can stay.
But some atmospheres are really conducive. I mean, your partner, like you are at a point with your partner that you guys just don't want to be in each other's faces anymore because you are in each other's faces so much so that you just don't want to do it anymore.
But you guys feel like breaking up?
What if you break up? Oh my.
What if you break up?
What if you break up?
There are places where you can find, like, I'm sure there is a place out there where you can
find accommodation. There isn't. I remember I had a friend of mine who had a fight. Even when I wasn't a breakup, it was a fight. She didn't have accommodation. Literally. She had to go stay with this friend who was like, no, you can't stay here because my roommates are complaining. Now where? Because
where do you go?
We really don't think about those
it's not just you and yourself. It's the bags, your clothes.
Yeah, but probably even to your bed. There's your bed as well. Where's that gonna stay? You can't stay with me.
Where are you gonna put that?
You can't stay with me. I stay at a student accommodation. I can't stay with Cindy. She stays at Rice. We can't.
Like I can't let you in.
Sorry, friend. We can't. Where are you gonna go?
What do you do?
Right. Those are little things that I feel like before you even move in with somebody, those are things. That's why I'm like, you should be in a relationship for quite some time. To a point that now you are so comfortable that even if you guys would break up, it would be a nasty breakup where someone's like, you need to leave today. Because you'll end up uzalowing. So you'll end up having a kete. That is, that side is yours, this side is mine.
Or you'll end up sleeping on church stages or storerooms.
Or post offices.
It happens.
Imagine your mom sent you to school. Your parents sent you to school.
Your parents gave you money for accommodation.
And when you made up a joint account with your baby. Creepy. Like, those are things that I feel like people should actually consider. What about your own space? Sometimes I come back from school, I'm so exhausted, I just want to get into my room, lock my door.
And sleep.
And sleep. Without having someone
knocking on your door.
Or singing! Singing sounds are so irritating when you're sleeping.
It sounds like that dream. That dream that wants you to wake up.
But now you're staying with your partner. So they walk in, they come from work or school. They get in, they throw their back on the floor.
That is the worst way to wake up, actually.
Literally.
Especially if you have a nice dream, you
are exhausted. You are exhausted. Sometimes when you're exhausted, you just die.
Die.
So what do you do then?
Do you move out?
Do you ask your friend to come sleep? Just one day. I just want to sleep.
Just for sleeping. And what if that friend also makes the same thing? She makes noise.
Space, guys. Also the thing about relationships is that we are not the same.
Yeah.
I might be a night person. You might be a morning person.
True.
So meaning, at night while you're sleeping, I'm up. In the morning when I'm sleeping, you're up.
You're up. And then where's the time for, communication?
And balance.
Socializing.
Dude. Like I feel like it gets so unbalanced because I don't know why I'm laughing, but it gets so unbalanced because you are up at night while the person is trying to sleep, so you're disturbing the other person.
And you can't really concentrate.
And when you are trying to sleep, that person is up. There's people who actually play music in the morning. There's so much of morning.
Like me, when I
morning.
clean, whenever I do anything, my motivation to clean up the place is music.
At least cleaning up would be during the day. People actually wake up to some gospel music and the pastor in the background. When you are there trying to sleep
because you were up all night.
So there's also those things to consider when you're moving in with someone. If you're a student, can you focus? I don't think it's balanced to be a student and move in with someone who's not a student.
Who's not a student?
Because they go to work, they come back, they're chilling, they're watching Netflix. When there's a test,
you're busy there with your textbook, with your 500 pages textbook.
There's a test waiting for you tomorrow, right? Secondly, maybe you guys are both students, but you're both doing different things. So you have different times to go to school. You have
different test times.
You know, guys, how hard it is to say I'll wake up at 7 and you wake up and somebody is there like
it's so hard.
Now I have to get out of bed.
Do I really have to get up?
You end up saying, no, actually I don't have to get up. I'll study on my way to school. That's another thing. Also, what are your reasons for Vatnsit? Before people actually consider Vatnsit, I feel like we must actually have a why.
Yeah, you must have. You can't just pick up your things from your house, your mother's house.
So easy. You start by taking a toothbrush, then a face cloth, then you leave your favorite shirt, then your shoes, then
suddenly it's your whole suitcase.
Suddenly, if you take an empty suitcase to that person's place, you can come back with a full suitcase because everything is there.
Because everything is there.
But I don't have anything against it. I mean, people can do it casually. But I feel like if you don't have a reason to, then
why do it?
I wouldn't advise it. I'm not against it.
Okay, so if it's just because you love him, would you do it?
If I love him, I wouldn't do it because I can still love him from a distance. And the thing about me is that usually I try and stay away from relationships because I am positive. Like, I want my partner here every day. Like, I want to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, with who, at what time. And at times it's nicer when you are here because I am that person who says
you're at peace actually.
Yeah, I am that person who actually, when I'm in a relationship, you're my friend. You're like literally the person I want to tell something that if something happens, CD, did you know? Chep, did you know?
This and that.
So if we are not together, if you are not staying together, it does become a bit hard for me. So I feel like if I start it, I won't finish it.
You won't finish it.
Because I want you here 24/7. That's another thing. And if I want to move in with you because I love you, then that for me is not motivation enough.
It's not enough, actually.
It's not motivation enough because what if I fall out of love with you?
But then what's the other reason?
Like now, you see, if ever one of you people actually meet me in a Vatnsit setting, if ever one of you people actually meet me in a Vatnsit setting, if ever, the reason is finances.
The reason is money.
The reason is because I was thinking of the 72,000 that we can save and the 24,000 that we can save and that is why. But because I love you, no, I have accommodation. I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, makes sense.
But that's literally the only reason I'd ever move in with my partner. I wouldn't move in because of other things. I'd actually move in because I'm thinking I can save, and I'll only move in when I'm getting closer to doing those things. So I wouldn't drag it for 5 years. No. But I would move in with my partner for 3 years. No, more than 30 years now. We are getting married. We are moving in together officially now.
We're having a house, not an apartment.
Yeah, because someone actually once asked me, would I go sign at court?
Without a white wedding?
Yeah, I can now. I want to move in with my partner.
Yeah.
And according to my parents, I can't move in with my partner if we are not married.
Not married. Okay.
And another conversation, lobola. That thing is not for everyone. But anyways, we'll have it again. and someone's like, would you disregard lobola and actually go to the court? Because legally you are married.
Legally, you are married, but culturally,
You are not.
ancestrally,
And you are not.
ancestrally.
And I think that is the reason why people can't move in together, because of the ancestrally. So does that mean if somebody pays lobola for me, I can move in with them? Even though we didn't have a white wedding.
I think you can.
But why? Because now I feel like that's another thing that ends up having people move in with each other till forever, and there's no marriage.
And there's no marriage. Yeah, it happens actually, because now the ancestors are happy. What about you? Because me, obviously, not every girl, but we all want that white dress, that dream wedding. So when your boyfriend just pays ilobola, and then when it's time to do the white wedding, he doesn't have money, or he's giving reasons.
And then those are little things that I feel like we can avoid, because I feel like if you're moved in with your partner, you guys have saved up for the wedding. You can get the wedding that you want. You can get accommodation that you guys want after that, because you don't have, like, you know, sometimes people actually get their dream wedding but end up staying at home after that.
True, it happens actually.
It does. I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen it happen quite a lot. And then when you're staying at home with the guy's family, it doesn't feel like honeymoon. And then I don't wanna.
And you never have the honeymoon phase.
I don't wanna go Whatif. If
Like,
I have to, I will.
you
But
know
for a
those
month.
cultures where
But I ain't gonna go Whatif
during
for
that
2 years.
wedding day, on that Saturday or on that Sunday, they're like, hi, you must stay for the next week. It happens actually, but you wouldn't say no, obviously, because it's culture and you can't.
For the week,
No.
definitely.
For the week, yes. But I'm not gonna stay there for the rest of my life.
But I'm not gonna stay after the wedding. Me, after the wedding, is honeymoon. After honeymoon is my place. Then I'll come back and I'll have my Whatif period. Because
But that will be the last time you ever see me there.
yeah. Now it's like things are developing, guys. So please don't come for me. Me, I don't see myself courtesing. I feel like I wanna get married, go to honeymoon, family moon first. No, honeymoon, then family moon after. Just so our families can interact, me.
Yeah.
And then after the family moon, I can come back to my house, because I still want to have that honeymoon. I want to finish my honeymoon with my husband.
The husband.
Sharp. And then Matswale, my mother-in-law, we can contact each other and talk about when I should come back. And I'll come back and I'll help you sweep and wash the windows just for a weekend. That is my quality enough.
Just for the weekend.
You know, I feel like I kind of sometimes am scared of the type of my quality I'll be. I feel like my mother-in-law would be like, please wash the windows, and I'll be like, Betty, when are you free? Because my mother-in-law wants the windows washed.
The windows washed.
And my mother-in-law is like, please wash our clothes. Dry clean? What time can I please bring the clothes? I feel like I'll be that Makoti. I hope I don't.
I think, yeah.
But we'll never know. So the last thing before this video, guys, I'm out of something to drink. But it's fine. We move. So what is your end goal for Vatnsit? Because I feel like people, if you ever decide to Vatnsit, you must have something called an end goal. For me, end goal is marriage. Hence, I'm saying, I'll move in with someone if you now want to save. And people don't have to know. As long as my parents are okay, I'm sure.
Then it's fine.
What is your end goal? My end goal is marriage and actually affording the life after marriage with my partner.
Same here, actually. And actually, I wouldn't just Vatnsit with someone who is the Mjolo phase. You know those guys you date for a week and then you break up with them. Imagine you moved everything from your apartment and now you broke up with this guy in just a week or a month.
Yo, that is terrible. So Lena, I feel like would have to even have a time frame. I wouldn't move in with somebody who hasn't told me what the next plan is. So you literally need to say, in 3 years, this will happen. And you need to go to my parents and face them and be like, in 3 years, I am marrying a child.
Then now you know, yeah, he's really serious. He wouldn't just say it to your parents, would he?
No, I doubt. It depends on the maturity level of guy. Other guys can look at your parents and be like, oh, I'm making fun of them. Not even a minute. But it depends. And I feel like always, before I close this vlog, always put God first.
Okay, there's one more thing that's going through my mind.
Share it.
You know, when you're a baby mama, does it mean now you are legally part of the family, or like,
you know, that's a very,
you can Vatnsit because you're a baby mama?
That is very complex. Right. Hence, I did mention one of the reasons people Vatnsit is because of a baby. So we can't be living in two different places while we're fending for the same baby. And then I can't be waking up at night while we're having the best night
The
ever.
best night ever.
So people end up concluding, instead of us paying 2 rents, that's like finances. Instead of us paying 2 rents, let's rather move in together, pay 1 rent, and actually use that other child that they are rent for the baby. For papas, because milk is expensive and papas is expensive, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it legally means no, you can come and go as you please, because ancestrally they don't know you. They know the baby.
They know the baby.
But whether they don't know you, for as much as you can come with the baby and say, I'm fucking sitting with this guy, and then 2 days later, maybe 2-3 months, the baby's now older, suddenly the guy is bringing another girl. Do you think the family's gonna defend you?
No, they wouldn't. Like, the only thing they want from you is the
baby. So when you're there with the baby, so the family won't be like, "Hi, Vusi, what are you doing here with this girl?" The family would be like, "Why they'll ask you, what are you doing here?
What do you
are here because
don't you have igini?
Yeah, don't you have your home?" So I don't think it legally makes you
the makoti, actually.
I don't think it does. I just think what it does is that it has to be between you two. Because when you have a baby, do they pay lobola for you? Do they pay damages?
It's damages. They pay for the baby.
Damages and lobola thing. This is a topic for another
damages.
time.
They pay for the baby, guys.
It's true. And I also want us to have a conversation about the baby surname.
Which surname the baby has to use after damages. It's
the father's surname. Not in my house. Take your damages, Baba. Not in my house. I will not. Not in my house. Take your damages, Baba. Not in my house. I will not be carrying a shabangu in my house. Doesn't make sense. Then we break up and now my child is a shabangu and I'm a tefu. Not in my house. Let's rather even forget that we have a baby. Let's even forget the damages. It doesn't make sense. I can't have a shabangu running around in my father's house.
That's true, actually. It is. But ancestrally,
no,
that's the way.
Forget my ancestors. I will not be raising a shabangu. Imagine now I'm at a family meeting and they're like, "We need a shabangu here," and I'm like, "Oh well, I'm a tefu, but I'm the mother." They're like, "Prove to us that you're the mother."
And you have no proof.
I feel like it's also giving the father legal rights to the baby.
Yeah, it does. And it makes them possessive and stuff.
My neighbor.
Marry me first, nigga, and then you'll get.
What happens if I get? We'll have this. What happens if I feel like we're now having another video. But what happens if I get married to a Thompson's?
And the Thompson doesn't pay damages.
And the Thompsons can't have a shabangu running around the house. No. Sorry, shabangus. If there's any shabangu, I'm sorry. Nothing wrong with the shabangu surname. It's just my baby won't be carrying my boyfriend's surname. No. But anyways, I think we've said a lot. My head duke isn't falling off. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, guys. I feel like I make the longest videos ever, but I like picking brains and some things just come as we go. So if you enjoyed this video with Usidi, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can get a notification every time I post. So we are on route to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I don't subscribers. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers and yeah. And
stay safe.
Stay safe, guys.
Stay safe.
And stay happy and do what makes
you happy
and makes you proud. So ask yourself, are you proud of what you're doing? And
is it right
for you? Would you embarrassed if you were asked about it? And if yes, then don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
And then,
I'm kidding, don't do it.
Always have somebody on your side. Don't do something without nobody knowing, and preferably somebody related to you. So if you can't tell your parents about certain things, then get a sister. If you're the only one, get me. Come talk to me.
But you're not blood.
I can be family if you want me. We can talk about the kitchen and you can pay me and I'll be a sister. I'm joking. Okay. But I am sister to the many. I am sister to the many. My mother's mother to the motherless. And my father's father to the fatherless. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.